Shout out to Sage Steele for standing up for what's right. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about ESPN anchor Sage Steele refusing a $500,000 plus settlement in her lawsuit against the company. Now, I've covered this story over the past almost 2 years now. I covered the story at first where she got suspended because she said a few things on the podcast with Jay Cutler, former NFL football player. She spoke about the vax and Barack Obama's mixed race heritage. She was suspended. ESPN said she was not suspended. Regardless of what, that was a problem back in 2021. Then there's a whole thing about free speech. She's suing the company. There is a whole lot happening here, and it's still going on. Now, ESPN tried to settle the lawsuit recently for about $500,000. I think it was $501,000. She refused that because they're trying to stifle her free speech. So shout out to her. She is doing an amazing thing right here. She's not letting money get in the way of her constitutional rights. Now, before we go any further into it, we got to get into an article and we got to get into some prior video in case you guys don't remember what happened, or you may need a quick refresher. I will link to everything, of course, in the description box. But this is on Outkick, but I got more sources everywhere. You see the headline: Sage Steele rejects ESPN settlement money, mocks Disney's double standard with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Oh, yeah, because let's be clear here. ESPN is owned by Disney. Disney owns a lot. Disney also owns ABC. They own quite a bit. Anyway, Disney is going back and forth with DeSantis over their right to free speech. DeSantis does not like what they're doing, supporting the whole don't say gay thing. There's a lot of back and forth between them. Disney's like, hey, that's our free speech. We can say whatever we want to say, support whoever we want to support. So it's like, okay, if my parent company, Disney, can fight for their free speech, I will fight for my free speech. If you say that your free speech shouldn't be stifled, then why are you trying to stifle mine? That's a valid point. Okay, now I don't agree with what Disney is doing, but their argument is the same as Sage Steele's argument, okay, as far as the whole free speech thing. Now, let's get into what's going on here to see what's happening, and we have some video from the prior podcast to get you an update on that. But to see what's going on, ESPN Sage Steele has been battling her network after it punished her for speaking up against vax mandates in 2021. Remember that whole thing with the vax mandates? Okay, everybody had to get the vax, and it was a problem. She spoke out against it, didn't like what was going on, and people say, you know what? If everybody just refused the vax and spoke out against it, then we'd all. But a lot of people wanted their vax. They were rushing to get the vax. I saw a video of this lady talking about, I don't care what's in the infusion. I don't care how long it took. I'm going to put the infusion in my arm. A lot of normies were like that. So to speak out against the vax was pretty risky. And we see there's a court process been going on for the past couple of years. And that's part of the reason why they want to get Trump involved with the court process, is because it takes a lot of time. It takes years. It takes money. It takes resources, time, attention away from your regular everyday life. And she's still over at ESPN as an anchor, working her day job with this in the background. But I digress. Steele filed a lawsuit last year claiming ESPN violated her First Amendment rights by punishing her for quote-unquote anti-vax remarks. She also made a remark about former U.S. President Barack Obama, which ESPN didn't find too favorable. In the lawsuit, Steele claimed that the comments made on Jay Cutler's podcast in 2021, again, almost 2 years ago now, October 2021, we're now in almost July of 2023. Anyway, so that led to ESPN limiting her time on air, the comments on Jay Cutler's podcast. Now, ESPN says, well, we didn't suspend her, which is a key difference. She may not have been on the air, but she may have still been paid. I'm not sure how that works, but that's what they said. Although the verifiable fact is that she was not on the air. Now, here's a video right here. Jay Cutler told Sage Steele she was the Candace Owens of ESPN. All right. Let's play some of that.
And I wait, what? Where did you read that? I get it. Like, yeah, we all have opinions.
You're the Candace Owens of ESPN. Is what.
Okay, we got a little issue with the video quality because it's an older video, but yeah, that was said. And then here's another one. Sage Steele joked that maybe the vaccination nurse intentionally injured her arm because she thought she was Candace Owens. I wouldn't even doubt that, because these normies, they get so triggered about every little thing. They think everything is racist. Meanwhile, they will look at this person who is clearly biracial, black and white. They will call her Candace Owens because she's pretty and tall and famous. So that means, okay, you're pretty tall and famous and you brown skin, so that must mean you're Candace Owens. But you know what? Black Lives Matter, right?
Mask hurt. And I'm tough, but like I think she like put it in the muscle and was like, you're that's another thing when you force this, and it hurt. And I'm tough, but like I think she like put it in the muscle and was like,
you're getting
maybe she thought I was Candace Owens. I don't know.
Yeah. You know, I wouldn't doubt it. And again, the video quality is a little weird because it's an older video, so that's just all that it is. And then, oh, here's something. ESPN anchor Sage Steele told Jay Cutler it was fascinating Obama indicated he was black on the census form, considering his black dad was nowhere to be found. Uh-oh, they ain't like that at all. Uh-oh.
When you fill out your census, I'm like, well, I don't know when the last time I filled out my census was, but if they make you choose a race, she's like, what are you going to put? I go, well, both. She's like, well, you can't. She goes, well, what if Barack Obama chose black and he's biracial? I'm like, well, congratulations to the president. That's his thing. I go, I think that's fascinating, considering his black dad was nowhere to be found, but his white mom and grandma raised him. But hey, you do.
I mean, did she lie? I mean, that's rough, but it is what it is. Now, to be clear, Sage Steele loves her father. Father was always there. Her father is black, and he was there in her life. So, I mean, that's that. There was more. Let me see if I can find that one video. Oh, I'm not sure if it's on the actual podcast, but one thing that she said about the vax mandate is that it was sick and scary.
I respect everyone's decision. I really do. Yeah. But to mandate it is sick. And it's scary to me in many ways. What
they were going to do in the case of her accepting the $501,000, it'd be kind of a hush money type situation. All right, we're going to pay you this money, but you can't say anything more about the case. That would have been the conditions. That was going to be the parameters. And she was like, no, we're not going to do that. Disney and ESPN clearly admit their liability by offering to pay Sage Steele $500,000, taking away the right to free speech. The offer misses the point. Disney cannot purchase their employees' constitutional rights, no matter how powerful they think they are. The statement scorched ESPN's hush money attempt to point out a lack of double standard about Disney's lawsuit against Florida Governor Ron DeSantis over the inaccurate, quote-unquote, don't say gay bill, which wasn't even about that. It's about, hey, let's not have all this inappropriate LGBTQ, elemental P, X, Y, Z stuff placed into the faces of these children. Okay, now let's continue with the article. How about apologizing and treating people fairly? Let me put it this way. Would Disney be willing to accept money from the state of Florida and Governor Ron DeSantis in exchange for being silenced? Why the double standard? That's a very good point. Steele said, I work for a company that mandates it, speaking about the vax. And I had until September 30th to get it done or I'm out. I respect everyone's decision, I really do. But to mandate it is sick and it's scary to me in many ways. I'm not surprised it got to this point, especially with Disney. I mean, a global company like that. All right. So that's what it was. You know, she said the vax mandate, sick and scary. And then the whole thing about Barack Obama, some of her ESPN mates did not like that. A lot of the wokies over there, Dan Le Batards and whatnot, they didn't like that. So then it was kind of a retaliation against her. At this time, Jemele Hill was still there, and she got X'd out eventually by the company. The big dog couldn't even save her, Bob Iger. She got X'd out by the company. Now she's pretty much cast away to the oblivion of irrelevance, and Sage Steele still has her job. I hope that she succeeds in this lawsuit because ESPN, a lot of these corporations have gotten ridiculously woke, crazy. You got people that are being openly discriminated against. Why am I being punished because of my personal opinion about Barack Obama's heritage? Why am I being punished because of my stance on the vax. That shouldn't have been the mandate. How are you going to mandate a thing that is untested when you're talking about long-term effects? Why mandate that? If I wanted to get it, that should be my choice. Why would you force me to get it? Doesn't make any sense. What she said was right. I stand with Sage Steele 100% of the way. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to Sage Steele. Don't back down. Keep it going. Keep on rocking and succeed. And I hope more people like Sage Steele come out and get involved with litigation if they're able to afford it, if the legal teams represent them. I hope we really do this and push back against what has happened to us in this country, because I don't want this episode to repeat itself ever again. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what Sage Steele said here? Do you think she's right about her stance on the lawsuit, not wanting to take the $500,000 just to be quiet, the hush money? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I support her 100%. She said nothing wrong, not at all. If anything, she spoke nothing but facts that need to be heard by people, especially about the vax mandate. It was sick. It was scary. Not just at ESPN, ABC, Disney, Big Boss Corporation, but every place that had such a mandate. School, penitentiary, wherever you are, it was sick. It was scary. It was not scientific, in my humble opinion. And I think we're starting to see the evidence of my opinion ring true. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.